Welcome to Tasbih-e Zindagi. This is your host, Nitasha Sharma. Apart from being a mother and a musician, I'm also a psychologist, a training and development consultant, and a yoga practitioner. I share my thoughts with you this week amidst the grim and grisly situation many of us throughout the world find ourselves in. I want to share with you all a story which is a reflection of what we are going through as a collective, as a society. And the story goes like this. 5 monks decided to meditate silently for a period of 2 weeks. They decided to harness their power of concentration by focusing on the flame of a candle. This was perhaps their way of calling upon focused healing. Why 5 monks, you ask? Well, let's remember under section 144, gatherings of more than 5 people is prohibited as of now. By nightfall on the first day, the candle began to flicker. The first monk said, "Oh no, the candle will be out soon. What will we do then? Do we have a spare? Do we have a matchstick? Make sure that the windows are closed or the wind could blow the flame out." The second monk replied, "Do not worry, nothing can happen to the candle. The flame will be alight even if the breeze comes in, and nothing can break the flow of our concentration." The third monk, struggling with keeping his anger at bay, ultimately shouted, "We are not supposed to talk. Remember, we are meditating in silence. Be quiet and focus on the flame. It's as plain and simple." The fourth monk, meanwhile, is lost in his own world. "I could be outside, soaking in the sunshine. I could be watching a movie. But right now, I have no option. I'm stuck with these morons. Alas." The fifth monk, all this while, was also engaging in some internal chit-chat. I feel this itch up my throat. My nose tickles. Could it be the first signs of the virus? Maybe I have contracted it from the meeting that was held in the adjoining monastery. What if it is? I may have even contaminated the rest. They will abandon me. Will I survive? How will we get to a doctor? And suddenly in all this, achoo! He sneezes, loud and clear. The candle is out. The rest of the 4 monks, you ask, what do you think? They run and do not look back. Why did I share this story with you? Well, for one, we are all like those 5 monks. We are in some degree or the other attempting to make sense of what is happening around us and within us. We all have our reactions and responses, and each one of them justifiable in its own right. Let us look at each of the monks and their responses one by one. The first monk, fear, panic, uncertainty. Will the candle last? Will the stocks last? What about my salary? What about the plans I made? What about my children's future? There are a plethora of questions that may cloud our mind at this point in time. And that would take our attention, our focus away from where we may actually want to put it, just like the first monk. The second monk, nothing can happen to us or the candle. All this can happen only to someone other than me. Why unnecessarily bother? This is not my problem. A state of sheer denial. Unrealistic optimism. The third monk, he's angry that the first 2 monks are not complying with the rules of meditation. And many of us are also feeling anger, frustration when we look around. People who for the longest time were not quarantining themselves. Thoughts like, stay home, why can't people get it? Why did they have to gather in crowds, beating their thalis? It's pathetic. So the third monk was focusing on the rules, so as to say, also the anger as an emotion that was stemming out. Many a times we end up adhering to rules such that they are devoid of concern and compassion for humanity, making the whole exercise fruitless. Coming to the fourth monk, he wishes to be out in the sun like many of us. I wish I could be out in the mall. It is holidays. I can't be home with my family. I wish this would all just go away. I have to be in isolation. How will I manage that? Or for some, I have to be with this person for the next 21 days. How will I manage that? Oh, there's wishful thinking, loss of control, helplessness. A lot going on there. The fifth monk is anxious over his health. Also, there's fear of judgment. Maybe I've contracted this virus. It could be catastrophic. Will I recover? How will others react? Each of the monks most naturally so loses the grasp of calm, of focus, peace over these thoughts and emotions. On the 11th of March 2020, the World Health Organization made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. Much before that, I was going through what each of these 5 monks has gone through. All these thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, justifiable in their own right. And I continue to navigate through a flurry of these on a day-to-day basis. I request you to peep inward and ask yourself, how are you feeling? What are you thinking? Are you overwhelmed, scared, angry, frustrated, stressed, hopeful, relaxed, or even plain bored? Let's start by pushing the pause button for a while in favor of raising our awareness about where we are in all this. Currently, India stands at a 21-day lockdown. Amidst all this, if you're struggling with some of these thoughts, fears, anxieties, looming over an uncertain future, I urge you to take a step towards your psychological well-being. And I extend my support as a psychologist to you for as long as we continue to be in the lockdown. I extend counseling services for those who may be struggling during these testing times. I would love to reach out to as many as I could possibly take on within the limitations of time. Just send me an email at nitashasharma111@gmail.com with the subject line "Seek Support." We will either find a way or make one. Write a brief description of the issue you're facing, and I will then get back to you and we could arrange for telesessions free of cost. Yes, you heard that right, free of cost. My only request to you will be to please donate however much you can to the Prime Minister's Relief Fund, because I believe together we can make a difference. Share the word, as even if we reach out to one person who may be in need, it will be mission accomplished. Till the next time, let us show we care. Signing off with gratitude, Nitasha.